Show&tell, hi guys, I'm Judy and today I'm going to be watching One Piece episodes 410, 411, and 412. Let's get into this episode. See how Luffy gets out of this one. Check out my Patreon for full reactions. Subscribe. Let's go. Not all women like frills. But sure. Yeah, go find them. I don't think it will be that easy, but sure. Why? Okay, sure. Okay. So you need her ship. You need her to give you a lift. Good luck with that, Luffy. Is it now? Yeah, but he can't swim. You saved him again, thank you so much. Oh. Oh, you can even look. Wait, so you use your snake as a bow? They explode or something. Oh! Objects can have it too, or you can put it on objects or something. Yeah, that's a problem. We need to ingratiate ourselves on her somehow. What is happening? Marines? Yeah. That didn't do anything. Or either that or I was gonna start singing. So this captain dude is pretty great, I guess. What is that? Oh, he's a vice admiral. Okay. That was pretty incredible. So now you're here? Yeah. To arrest them? Okay. She's a warlord? Make her a warlord. And you'll be, yeah, pursued by them, I guess. Nani, we haven't seen you in so long. I mean, it only has been like 2 episodes, but still. 2 episodes and a half by now. Dude! Poor kitten. Oh, what? She's standing on top of the... Okay. Sure. I mean, she looks pretty cool. Yeah, you have a history with her. Yeah, that's what you said all of last episode too. I mean, this girl has style for sure. This woman. Oh. What are these giants? Oh, the Gorgon sisters. Wait, so they're her sisters? She's also a Gorgon sister? I could read the all the text that she had. What are you? Yeah. We hope, I guess. With the hearts in their eyes. I hope they put it in a museum so people can see. Is that? I hope it's like part of her actual power. I guess not. He's not affected. Only those who are enamored with her? Get turned to stone, so he isn't affected? Oh. It's pretty impressive so far. Wait, what happened to him? Okay, she's obviously used to getting what she wants. She's definitely using her, you know, how do you call it, beauty, there's a name for it, when you use your beauty to get people to do things for you. I mean, not even consciously, like people might be kinder to you and, you know, do things for you without you even having to ask because you're beautiful or something like that. But she's kind of, yeah, she's obviously doing it very deliberately, and she's even saying it like outright. And I mean, that's part of her power. The fact that they're so enamored with her makes them think all these impure thoughts, I guess that's what you called it. And in turn, that's how power works. affects those who are like, I don't know what the, you know, what the rules of this power are exactly. Like, do you just need to be enamored with how beautiful she is, and then you turn to stone when she, you know, does that thing with her hands, I guess, or something? Or I don't know. It seems to be, and it definitely is a play on Medusa in some way. So we have like this, I guess, like this connection between like both myths of like Artemis and Medusa, I guess. And like we have the three Gorgon sisters. I don't know what her sisters do, if they have a power of their own. Like I don't know the myth of the Gorgons too well, to be honest. I just know about Medusa, the fact that she could turn, that she had snake for hair and she could turn people into stone when they looked into her eyes. I think that was all the Gorgon sisters, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. So I don't know what her sisters can do. If they can do anything at all, or if they're just there to look intimidating and be like, yeah, we're part of the Gorgon sisters or something. Like, I can see, I mean, I heard somewhere that there was like this, like, complaint or note or something of the fact that she's supposed to be the most beautiful woman in the world and she looks just like any other woman on the show. Yeah. I mean, she does have style. I can see, like, there is some, you know, the shape of her hair. There is something very kind of, you know, fashionable, and not even fashionable. It's more like, you know, this kind of vibe of like, you know, just aesthetic of like, you know, someone who's kind of royal in some way, but very, also like very sexual or whatever. Like, there's definitely something about her. I like her hair. I like the way that her hair is cut. Like, kind of reminds me a little bit. Yeah, I think it's the snake earrings that remind me of like made me think of Cleopatra. I mean, she definitely, like, I can, you know, stretch my imagination like to believe that she's, you know, more beautiful than anyone else. Like, sure, I can see that. She's cool in it. She's sexy. I don't know. She's very sure of herself. It's also her attitude, the fact that she, you know, she looks so sure. Like, she outright tells you, everyone forgives me no matter what I do. And we saw her kick a kid, and we saw, like, it's not only the men who are enamored with her, it's her women, like all of her crew that are. They just don't get turned into stone for that. But seriously, she can get away with really shitty stuff. Like, she would just kick that kid for no reason. Because he was standing in her way. Like, she's definitely a brat. And you can tell that she is, like, after a lifelong of being treated this way and expecting it. Just expecting everyone to do as she wishes and to not have to face any consequences for anything. So, I mean, in its own right, it's powerful. Like, this attitude, this like the very idea that you believe you deserve everything, and then it kind of happens because, you know, well, maybe not always, but like, she also has the power to back that up when things don't turn her way, I guess, or something. If they ever come to that point, she just, you know, it's even before anything, she just like turns you to stone, and that's it for you, pretty much. So it's interesting. She's a warlord. And I mean, she's the first warlord who's a woman, so that's also cool. And I mean, if we're going to go up against her, if Luffy's going to go up, like, I wonder if it's just going to be like any other warlord that we've faced so far that we had to, you know, at least try to take down or something. Like, it was always kind of clear when a warlord kind of appeared that we would have some kind of, I mean, maybe not 100% clear, like with Kuma, because we already had Moria there. I was like, not sure if we were actually going to face him, but, you know, maybe not then, but I thought that we would face him at some point. And then, interestingly, he just said, oh, I'm never going to see you again. And, you know, threw Luffy 10,000 feet into the air. Like, not through, disappeared him or something. So that's interesting. But anyway, yeah. So I wonder if the fact that she's a woman, maybe not the fact that she's a woman, but just yeah, I just wonder if we're going to face her like any other warlord that we have faced so far, and try to defeat her and try to take her down. Like, that's gonna be cool because it's just like it hasn't happened before. Like, Luffy can get off the island. He doesn't have a way to get off unless it's on the boat, on the ship of, like, her ship that's you know, driven or something, carried by these monsters, sea snakes monsters. So that's another problem. If we take her down or something, then I guess, like, before we met her, I was just thinking, oh, then I guess we'll just have to kind of, you know, get to know her and change her mind about men or something. Like, I didn't know anything about her, obviously, but the fact that she's a warlord kind of changed my mind about it. It's gonna be interesting also if it's like, if it's not gonna be someone that we just defeat for whatever reason. Like, so far, I mean, Luffy has gone up against warlords when they were obviously doing something against him that he felt was not right, that he needed to correct, that he needed to stop. With BB, for instance, when something was done to him, and his friends, though. And now, I guess maybe he could become friends with some, like, he did kind of sort of become friend with one of the Amazon ladies on the island. Maybe something will happen that will convince Luffy to go up against her. Because I don't know if I see Luffy like, well, he is trying to get to his friends, so maybe for that he will try to, I don't know, take her down so he can take over her ship or something so he can go to his friends. I don't know though. That seems weird. That seems like unlikely. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen here, but it's gonna be interesting to find out. And also interesting that, yes, we have like this arc, it feels like, where we have no one but Luffy so far. I mean, like, until he rejoins his friends, it's gonna be just him trying to get to them. And there's like this whole, you know, this whole thing to explore here, like all these people, all these women, and this warlord and stuff. So yeah, definitely feels a little bit different, this arc, just a little. Also, I was just thinking, like, we haven't really gone up against that many warlords. It's only been 3 so far, and Kuma, we haven't really, you know, defeated, obviously. But there's also, like, okay, Mihawk, for instance, Zoro wants to take down eventually. But I was just thinking that, you know, warlords were, like, when you find out that someone is a warlord, you immediately think, or I immediately, like, at some point I came to the kind of the point where I immediately think, oh, it's a bad guy, we probably need to take him down. But that's not true, because we've seen Mihawk, he wasn't a bad guy in any way. Again, it's not bad or good, I guess. Those are not really the terms. But, you know, he hasn't really been, you know, he seemed pretty decent, you know? So anyway, it's not that clear cut. And also Kuma, so far, like, he's definitely shown, you know, his own brand of decency. So, I mean, when it comes to us, at least. So it's definitely not that. Like, the fact that she's a warlord doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have to go up against her and take her down. Then again, she definitely has attitude problems. I don't know that we're going to really... I don't know. I guess we'll just have to find out more of what she has to offer. I guess. See what we make of her. I mean, so far, it's not started on the best foot, I guess you would say. Like, she hasn't been... Like, just by the fact that she exists, just by the fact that her rules exist, Luffy has been persecuted. So, yeah, it's not like we're going to like her off the bat. Let's get into the next one. No, I think they do have different faces, the girls here, sometimes. But, like, if you compare it to Nami... Okay. She can tell that she's lying. Like she just asks and they give her because she's so beautiful. What? What did she see there? Oh, I don't think she's gonna like it. They're so sweet, but I don't think she's gonna like it. She is. Yeah, I mean his name is Monkey. He has some qualities of a monkey. Oh, Luffy, you're a lucky dude. Sort of. At least you're not drowning. Those snakes are extremely handy. I like the granny. What happened? Oh, she's... okay. She doesn't want to do what she's told. I like the snakes. They have so many uses. 200%. That's looking up. You're looking up at this point. How do you stop being an empress? Is it by voting? Like, is it a democracy? Okay, so she obviously care about her own village. She only cares about herself and what she and her whims. And she gets away with all of it. She is a menace, to say the least. I wonder if somehow Luffy, through this, will find out about Ace. I don't know. Go Gloriosa! Like, it's sort of terrible how everyone likes her for no merit of her own. Damn, he looks exactly like the snake from Robin Hood. Do tell. What? No, I want to hear it. What? Did she turn into a snake? Okay. Oh, okay. And they took her name for themselves? Turns into stone. Okay, so they're looking out for other people. At least it's considerate. Also, I think she likes the you know, the fanfare that she gets for taking a bath. Taking his own kind of bath, I guess. Oh, they're just the snakes, not the women attached to the snakes. You don't even need to climb, you just need to run up this completely, like, very steep mountain. You're just going to try to steal it? Exactly, I thought about that. You can't use the ship all but on your own. Good luck with that. You didn't get the vibe of this place, huh? Oh my god, you're an idiot. Oh, what? Yeah, you can just stay. Where are her eyes? Under her hair? Desert? What? Why would it look familiar to him? Now she found out about him for sure. Interesting lore was going on here for sure. So they're the Gorgon sisters, but they actually like killed the actual Gorgon who had the power of the Gorgons for the myth. They killed her, and then they had these eyes embedded into their backs, according to the story at least. Why would Luffy find it familiar? And like eyes, you know, eyes. Yeah, I guess eyes are familiar, unless it's not that. I don't know what's going on, but okay, very mysterious. And now, yeah, and what a wonderful way to introduce himself to the Snake Princess, whose ship he wants to borrow. Not really that, he wants to get, you know, a ride on that ship. Get going, Luffy. Good going. This woman is horrible, though. She really is. But we do get to, I do feel like we get to see this different side of her a little bit. You know, the fact that she does, it seems at least, if the story is true, that she doesn't seem to care about not wanting to turn anyone into stone by accident. Then again, she's doing it only, I guess, on her own ship and her own, you know, on her own island. So she doesn't want to turn anyone into, like, from the village, the women from the village into stone. That does make sense. Then again, though, she did seem not to care at all that the village might be destroyed if she, you know, doesn't accept the assembly call from the government and doesn't show up, and so they revoke her status as a warlord. And you know, when Granny Neon tried to tell her that she should go because it's really dangerous, she was like, oh, I don't care, the villagers will forgive me because I'm so beautiful. I don't know how much of that is an act, or if the story about this turning others into stone like, why would she care about one and not the other? Or maybe, you know, the reality of turning someone into stone is, you know, she knows it's a thing that really happens. Whereas the idea that the government might send people after her, she thinks she will handle that or something like that. Or she doesn't, you know, she isn't really afraid of that. I don't know how, like, she's a very strange woman. Like, I mean, she seems to be, maybe a little complex, maybe. Still not sure. But in any case, her attitude, like the one that she displays to others, seems to be very atrocious. Like, I mean, she's, damn. Like, I don't know how much of it is an act, though. Maybe some of, like, maybe, I don't know what to make of it, honestly. Because, you know, when she saw Luffy, she seemed kind of afraid. She seemed kind of, you know, taken off guard. Then again, she was naked in the bathtub with that thing that might be on her back. He was a man, he was not supposed to be there, you know, no one was supposed to be there, and to top it off, it was a man, a strange man that she's never seen before, so it makes sense that she would be, you know, caught off guard. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's vulnerable. I don't know what to make of this yet, but I'm intrigued. I wonder where we're going with this, what we're gonna do with this woman, and, are we going to have to face her? Like, depose her or something to give them like a better leader? Or is that, like, I don't know what we're hoping for. I mean, obviously Luffy right now doesn't care about any of that. He just wants a ship, but like, he's obviously gonna get, you know, embroiled despite himself in whatever's going on. I also really wonder if he's going to find out about Ace for like, I mean, when is that gonna happen? Is it gonna happen, like, I feel like with Luffy it could happen in the moment when something big happens, like, I don't know, when the execution actually happens. But if Whitebeard is going to attack before that to save Ace, then I guess when something big happens anyway, like, Luffy's gonna, it feels like, you know, kind of fitting into his character to find out at the very last minute, if at all. I don't know. Maybe Whitebeard will just, you know, save Ace and it will be like nothing happened as far as Luffy's concerned. Anyway, but it's like, I love it that we as viewers kind of know that this is going on behind the scenes and Luffy's like totally unaware. Or like, I mean, it's not totally, because he did know that something bad happened. Like I forgot the name of the peeper, it was burned. But he was like, you know, Ace can take care of it. He doesn't want me to see him. And this kind of like, you know, and I don't know. I wonder if Luffy's ever going to find out and how he's going to react to any of it. And also, I've tried paying more attention to the faces. They're like, I don't know. I mean, okay, I understand where the complaint maybe came from. Like when you know, the pretty women are all kind of drawn the same way, I guess. Sort of. But there's still, you know, there's still variation. There was a lot of variation among the women all around. So I don't know what the complaint was about. I do see how, you know, her line, I mean, I guess she kind of reminds me of Robin. In terms of, you know, there's like this elegant kind of face structure that, you know, they have like these long lines, like of the nose, for instance. And the kind of elongated a little bit, like, eyes are a little, like, you know, kind of have like this curl and stuff, and they're a little more narrow and stuff. So sure, if you like stripped away their hair and stuff, you just put Robin and her side by side, I guess you wouldn't be able to tell who's who, like, without the coloring. But still, I really try to pay attention to, like, you know, all the women in the village and their faces, and there was some variation there. Like, so yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool to see, you know, different people, I guess. Different, you know, look at kind of different people drawing the same style, and you kind of compare, and you can see, you know, differences. Let's see what's gonna happen with Luffy. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Probably won't be anything good or very convincing. And yeah, I'll have to get out of it somehow. Do they not get... Can they not be affected like the other sisters? Cannot be affected by each other? Yeah, I don't... What's on her back? Is it something really stupid? Does it only affect someone who falls for her, though? Alright, that's how it works. What the fuck is happening? Why did he suddenly have eyelashes? I guess not. What did you see on her back? I'm getting the sense it's not those eyes that they talked about. It does that too. Off he goes. How do you decide their importance? I mean, I guess you don't catch them in the bath. Like, what would convince him she was important? Yeah, you have everyone chasing you, Luffy. It's really a problem. Who's going to take that? Oh, it was you? Go, Granny! What? You're going to execute him? He's going to recognize her now. Doesn't know how to lie. Go girl! I don't know what you're gonna do, but good for you for even trying. You got it. You got it. We're getting all these, like, you know, transitions of all the crew members that we haven't seen in so long. To remind us of them. To keep them in our hearts. Maybe that's why she can recognize Luffy for being an honest one. As long as you can laugh about it. Beaver cards. Beaver peeper? Something like that? Suddenly remember. Why am I more afraid now? Yeah. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, no, I haven't really seen that from her so far. Can they be turned back though? Or is that it for them? Yeah, she was just being compassionate so they would be enamored with her and her power could work on them. Now Luffy's gonna be angry. Yeah, we needed something to make him personally involved. Yeah, maybe there is a way to turn him back. The strong are beautiful, but I guess the fact that she's beautiful makes her strong. It's interesting. Tell Luffy, I believe in you. He's used to being eaten, to be honest. Oh, shut it. Let's go, Luffy! You didn't know who you had business with. I mean, poor Bakula, I guess, but yeah. He needed to show that. To show them what he's capable of. No, he doesn't know how to do that. It makes... Oh, okay, I like it, I like it. Why? Yes, but what are those laws based on? That is indeed the problem of this land. Come on, let's go, Luffy. Well, this is the first time for anything. It's about time. They turn into snakes. Okay. Interesting. Can she also do that? They ate devil fruits, but... Well, why do they both turn into snakes though? I don't know if it's a devil fruit, because it's not supposed to be... You're not supposed to have two devil fruits that are the same. And I guess they're not exactly the same snakes, but still, it's a little too similar. And I don't know if it is, I mean, and they have a thing with snakes. It's like almost too too convenient that they would turn into snakes. You know, that they would just take a random, well, maybe it wasn't random, maybe they searched out for a snake devil fruit, but two of them. So I don't know. I was left really hanging with the thing that he found out on her bag. I really wanted to find out what it was. I get the feeling it's not what the story is, the story that's told or that's passed around between people, because this woman, this Boa, is very or is Boa, no, Hancock. Boa is the last name, I guess. Anyway, she's very good at like manipulating people to think good of her, just so she can get them to, you know, fall under her charm. And it's not true, it seems like. Like, she seems very, very vain, very full of herself, very spoiled, and, you know, just expecting the world to work around her, because that's how it always has been, I guess, ever since she got her power, at least. And that's why the thought of Luffy, the knowledge of him, makes her so angry. Like she can't even stand his existence, because he, you know, because he's not affected by her powers, and she doesn't know how to deal with that. She doesn't know how to deal with anything that doesn't align with what she wants and works exactly according to her will and her beauty and her whatever. And she pretty much has them all bespelled by this and you know, and she can do whatever she wants, and everyone forgives her. So yeah, it's pretty terrible tyranny. And they're not, and the thing that makes it even more terrible in some way is the fact that they are not aware. They think they have it good for them, or they think that, you know, the laws make sense, or that they should, you know, just accept anything that she does for them, and they're made to feel that everything she does is okay. Like, it's her charm, it just takes over them without question. So at least we saw, like, with Granny Nia, that she was able to, you know, she was kind of charmed when she faced her and tried to tell her to, you know, go to the assembly. But then she was able to kind of push it away from her. Like, she was self-aware enough to not, to see it as what it was and try to push it away. So at least she's like the voice of reason, it feels like, in this village. So hopefully we can maybe, you know, get her on our side, or I don't know what, or something, or you know, Luffy can ally with her or something. Not that he really needs allies, it's just that, I mean, he might. Like, he's all alone here after all, but not in terms of strength, but more in terms of, like, figuring out what to do here. I mean, I don't know, not that he thinks things through. Like, he doesn't really care what's going on. He just wants justice to be done the way that he sees it. And for that, like, it just means that people who stick by him do not get punished for it. Like, that they show, you know, goodwill. They don't get, you know, punished for something that he doesn't understand. Like, sure, the laws in this land tell you that you have to, like, that you can't let him in or something, but, like, that's stupid. I don't understand it. I don't understand what the reason for that is, so it means nothing to me. And so these women were punished for nothing, and I won't stand for it. Yeah, I really wonder what's on our back, damn it. Like, I wonder if we're gonna have to wait for, like, the end of the arc or something for it to be like, oh yeah, by the way, the thing no, it will have to be something more. Like, I don't know, it could be something really funny and stupid, like something that kind of ruins, like maybe it's a scar or something that ruins her beauty or something, that she's like ashamed of it in that way. Or it looks familiar. What is that? What? Maybe it's a tattoo. Like, what would look familiar to Luffy? Like, I was thinking, like, Nami has that tattoo. What else what other things did we see that could look, I have no idea, that could look familiar to Luffy? But, like, not familiar enough that he's, like, outright saying, like, oh, I know this. He's like, oh, I think I saw it somewhere. So I guess it's something elusive. I don't know. Anyway, I'm very intrigued by that. I don't know what that is. I want to find out. But we're gonna have to wait with that, I guess. Oh, I didn't talk about the hockey. I was gonna say that, you know, the women were kind of surprised to see him use brute force. And they were like, oh, he doesn't use hockey. So it makes sense to me, like, you know, in some way that the women, maybe a lot of them use hockey because it seems like it doesn't rely on physical strength. And so they, you know, really rely on this power, and they know how to hone it really well or something. I don't know exactly how it works. Something about your will or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I kind of like that for them, it was like such a kind of basic thing that they knew. Like, they use it everywhere, it seems like, because they expected Luffy to use it. They were shocked that he didn't. They use it at least with their, you know, with their arrows and stuff, and it was kind of obvious to them that that's how you know that. Anyway, I like that. I like that we're getting to see it more, and we see that there are, like, different uses to it somehow. Like, you can, I don't know exactly how it works, how you can, like, I thought it was like a power of a person, but it seems like you can also either pass it on to an object or somehow incite it inside an object. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, cool. And Luffy, like, as it hasn't even learned it yet, so when he does, it's going to just, you know, make him that much more versatile and stronger. So that will be awesome. I don't know when he'll learn it or what, but yeah, it'll be cool if and when he does. And I guess that lady has to go down, really. I don't know. Like, at this point, I don't really have a lot of, like, hope for her or any kind of... Like, I was trying to think, like, maybe she has, you know, some kind of story, like... Maybe there is some kind of story in whatever it is she's hiding on her back, but everything else kind of, like, is too much for me at the moment to, you know, content with. Like, her attitude is just, I feel like I've said this like a million times in this video, her attitude is so horrible. Yes, it is. It really is. And, you know, you see, like, it's so manipulative, so, you know, so confident in her own kind of entitlement, you know. Ooh, can you eat, I suddenly thought about it, can two people eat one half of a devil fruit and then share the power between them? Is that a thing? Something thought about it. I don't know. Do you have to, like, eat it whole to get the full power, or I guess, or like, can you get only half of the power, or does that work at all? Or I don't know. Suddenly thought about it, but I still think it would be very kind of convenient if they, unless they went out to search for the snake devil fruit, or they decided to become snake women after they ate the devil fruit and became snakes or something, and then they turned it into a symbol for everything. And, you know, I mean, they did take down the Gorgon, who has snakes for hair and stuff, so it makes sense that maybe after that they kind of became more snake-like. When we saw them fight her, was it last episode, right? Did they have all those snake motifs at the time? Motifs? No, she does seem to have the earrings here. Yeah, I guess they did. I guess they were already snake inclined. I don't know. Also, it's interesting that she fought this monster who could turn people to stone, and then her power that I think she got from a devil fruit. I mean, love mellow. It sounds like a devil fruit, right? Anyway, that also turns people to stone. It was just like somehow related to the Gorgon that they slayed, her power or something, or I don't know why. Or it's just that, you know, she heard about the Gorgon and she was like, my power can do the same thing. Let's go kill her, because I don't like the fact that someone else has power to turn people to stone and I can do it too, or something. I don't know. Anyway, interesting. I'm waiting to see, like, if he has to face those sisters, sure. I'm waiting to see where we're going with this. I hope you guys enjoy this reaction, and I will see you in the next one. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Writing Tier, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, Shadows Moon, and Marsh. And to the rest of my amazing Patreons, who without their support I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.